Folks, that our government lies to us is basically an oxymoron. But when our government officials start lying to each other on camera, that's when we know that a line has got to be drawn. Now, the woman you see in front of you is Homeland Security Secretary Kristjen Nielson. And she appeared in front of the Judiciary Committee yesterday to testify about certain things within Homeland Security. And she knew it, the committee knew it, the world knew it. She was going to be asked about what went down in 45's office when Dick Durbin and Lindsey Graham had a meeting set up with him. This woman is a credit to the Department of Homeland Security. And I'm being facetious when I say that. She was an assistant secretary for Homeland Security, and when her boss got promoted to be the chief of staff for President Trump, he pushed for her to get his job. Now, if you aren't aware of it, John Kelly used to be the head of Homeland Security, and then, as I stated, he took the chief of staff job for Donald Trump. Well, he recently had a situation where he straight out, flat out lied to the American people when he was denigrating the House of Representative member down in Florida, black woman. And 24 hours after he made his statement, people were still waiting for him to apologize because, you know, good news people dug into the allegations he made and they found that they were completely false. And it's been a couple of 100 days since he made his disparaging statements against the House of Representative member, and we're still waiting for him to apologize and admit that he was wrong. And I hope nobody's holding their breath on that one. Well, this woman is a chip off of the old block, because when she did her testimony in front of the committee, this woman lied about the most idiotic things. She was asked if she knew that Norway was a majority white country, and she had the gall to state that she didn't know. She was asked regarding the conversations that went down in the office, and she stated that she couldn't recall. But when pressed further by both Dick Durbin, Lindsey Graham, and others, she admitted that she heard cuss words. Now, folks, I don't know about you, but if I'm working for the President of the United States, I believe that I'm going to pay attention to everything he says and does when I'm in the room with him. My full attention is going to be placed on him. Yet, she did recall that Lindsey Graham had used cuss words, and when Dick Durbin pressed her and stated to her that, or actually asked her if Lindsey Graham had merely repeated the words that Donald Trump had said, she couldn't exactly recall that. But then again, she did say that he had used cuss words. This woman is a liar, and how she was able to be passed by the Senate for her position, well, she hadn't had anything really negative that they could jump on her about. So she was an easy pass. But let me say this. If she ever comes up to be reconfirmed for her position, it should be an absolute no, merely because she has memory lapses. And at her age, possibly she needs to be checked for early onset of Alzheimer's disease. Now, here is another liar. And there were several, but I'm just going to focus on him. This is Senator Tom Cotton from Arkansas. And this guy lied throughout the weekend, even up to and including yesterday. He was another person that was in President Trump's office when all of the derogatory language and references went down. Funny thing about Mr. Cotton, when he went on national TV on Friday, for some reason he and Senator Perdue from Georgia could not recall the president using the derogatory terms. It only took him 2 days for his memory to come back to him so that he could state that absolutely Donald Trump did not use any derogatory language. He did that on one of the mainstream media TV programs on Sunday morning. It has now come to the public's awareness that Donald Trump not only said the words, but he called around to many of his major supporters and was bragging about it. So if Donald Trump didn't use those words, how is it that he was bragging about it? And then when that fat pig of a press secretary, the used car salesman's daughter, Sarah Huckabee, went in front of the press pool, she all but acknowledged that he did say the words. So now what does that make Mr. Cotton other than a liar? He's another one that may be up for some type of a cabinet post sooner or later. And if the Senate passes this liar through, we all know which way the wind is blowing. Folks, these guys have made it clear that they will do anything and everything to protect Donald Trump, including lie to Congress, which, by the way, is a felony and is subject to jail time if convicted. But for whatever reason, they don't give a damn. So that basically just tells you, if they're willing to lie for Donald Trump over basically a few words, they would be willing to lie to us about anything.